Hi, 4th grade. This is Ms. Driscoll. This is lesson 39 in Module 5, and today the objective is to solve multiplication, comparison, word problems involving fractions. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about the distributive property. We're still going to be using that today. We do want to show you how to draw comparative tape diagrams also to go with the distributive property. Okay, so let's read it. Number 1, use the RDW process to solve. Tamika ran 2 5/8 miles. Her sister ran twice as far. How far did Tamika's sister run? Okay, so here's going to be the tape diagram for Tamika. Okay, she ran 2 5/8 miles. And her sister, I'm just going to write S for sister, ran twice as far. So her sister ran this far, and then she did it again. Okay, so this is her sister, 2 5/8 and 2 5/8. All right, so if we showed this in the distributive property, it would be 2 times 2 5/8. Okay, remember the distributive property, we're going to make 2 parentheses. We're going to add those together. We're going to split up this mixed number into each parenthesis. 2 goes there, 5/8 goes here. We're not done though, because we still have it's 2 times. It's 2 copies of it. So we need to make sure we multiply each side times 2. All right, 2 times 2 equals 4, plus, and then over here we have our 2 times 5 over 8. Okay, 2 times 5 is equal to 10/8. Okay, so to add these together, we're going to need to change that 10/8 into a mixed number. So we have 4 plus, so if you turn it into a mixed number, we have one, it can go in one time, the leftover parts are 2/8. Okay, so we can add our whole numbers together. We add our whole numbers, and that's going to be 4 plus 1 equals 5, and then we need to add this fraction, so it's 5 2/8. Okay, so that's how far Tamika's sister ran. So we can say her sister, write a sentence, a statement, her sister ran 5 2/8. Don't forget our unit, 5 2/8 miles, because she ran twice as far as her sister. All right, so that's the first one. All right, let's take a look at the next one, number 2. Natasha's sculpture was 5 3/16 inches tall. Maya's was 4 times as tall. How much shorter, there's that word shorter, was Natasha's sculpture than Maya's? All right, first I want to write this out as a multiplication problem. Natasha's sculpture was 5 3/16 inches. So this is Natasha. Okay, this is going to be N. Okay, Maya, here's Maya's, was 4 times as tall. So think about a sculpture. Maya's was a lot taller. We want to find out how much shorter Natasha's was than Maya's. Okay, so we can show this. So here, I'm going to show you a quick tape diagram. Okay, so here's Natasha's. 5 is her whole, and then she had 3/16 over here. Remember, Maya's was 4 times that. So it's going to be 4 of these things. 4 of these tapes. This is Natasha's. This is Maya's. Okay, so we have, I'm going to change my color so you can see it. 5 3/16. 5 3/16. 5 3/16. And then we have 5, and then I forgot to do the line here. 5 3/16. Okay, you can see it in the tape diagram. Now let's show it in the distributive property. Okay, remember we're going to do our 2 parentheses, because we're going to distribute that 4. We have to do it, multiply it times each. So there's going to be a multiplication sign in each. Okay, we're going to split up. We're going to split up this mixed number. 5 is going to go in one parentheses, and then the fraction, 3/16, is going to go in the other. And then we need to do the 4 times 4 in each one. All right, 5 times 4 equals 20, plus, over here we have 3 times 4 over 16. Okay. Alrighty. So, we have 20 plus 12/16. Okay. We don't have any whole numbers to add together, so we have 20 and 12/16. But we're not done. We're not done yet because we need to find out how much shorter Natasha's sculpture was than Maya's. Okay, so we have to subtract. Now we have to turn this into a subtraction problem. We have to subtract 20 and 12/16. Take away Natasha's, which is this one. Take away 5 and 3/16. We did subtraction problems earlier in the unit, so you guys are able to do this. Let's subtract our whole numbers. We have 20 take away 5 equals 15 wholes, and then we can do our fractions. Since they have the common denominators, we just subtract the numerator. So we do 12 take away 3 equals 9/16. Okay, so how much shorter was Natasha's sculpture than Maya's? Okay, so I'm going to write my statement up here. Natasha's, I'm going to write N. Natasha's sculpture was 15 and 9/16. Don't forget your units. Inches shorter than Maya's. Okay, so there is our statement on the top. This had a lot of steps. First we did the tape diagram. Then we did the distributive property. Then we needed to come down here and do the subtraction problem. So you need to be careful when you're reading these word problems. All right, let's do the next one. A piece of blue yarn is 5 2/3 yards long. A piece of pink yarn is 5 times as long as the blue yarn. Bailey tied them together with a knot that used 1/3 yard from each piece of yarn. What is the total length of the yarn tied together? All right. First of all, let's figure out how much it is all together, the blue and the pink. Okay, so we know that the blue yarn is 5 2/3 yards. So this is the blue, 5 2/3. All right, so if we drew the tape diagram for that, that would be 5 and then 2/3. We know that the pink yarn is 5 times as long. So it's going to be 5 of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to run out of room. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do what I do, but I ran out of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is my 5. 5 times. Okay, 5 2/3. 5 2/3. 5 2/3. 5 2/3. 5 2/3. Okay, I ran out of room. Let's write this as the distributive property, or that's as a multiplication. We have 5 2/3 times 5. Okay, now when we write this as the distributive property, we're going to make 2 parentheses. Okay, because we need to split up this mixed number. Okay, we're going to split this up into each parenthesis. Okay, we're going to split that up. Then we need our 5 to get multiplied by each of those, our whole. 5 times 5, 5 times 2/3. All right, this is going to be 25 plus 5 times 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom. I'm going to come down here, skip my tape diagram, and come right down here below it. 25 plus 5 times 2 equals 10 thirds. Okay, 10 thirds is a fraction greater than a whole, so we need to change that to a mixed number. All right, so let's count by 3s to get as close as we can to 10. 3, 6, 9. So that's going to be 3 wholes and 1/3. So now we have 25 plus 3 and 1/3. 25 plus 3 equals 28 and 1/3. All right, we got this part of it, but we're not done, because this part of the problem, Bailey tied them together with a knot that used 1/3 of a yarn from each piece. Okay, so really this is 1/3 times 2. 2 wholes. Okay, so that's really 2/3. Okay, so she used that. That got taken away off of the total length. So we need to subtract it. I'm going to change it to a blue. We need to subtract 28 and 1/3, take away 2/3. Okay. Uh-oh, I see a problem here. I'm going to go on to the next slide. I can't because I have one there. Sorry. All right, I see a problem. I can't subtract 1/3 from 2/3. So I'm going to come up here, do this. I need to take a whole off of here. So this is going to be 27. I'm going to add it over here. So it's really going to be 27 and 4/3 minus 2/3. Okay, now I can do this. Okay, I'm going to bring my 27 over, and then I can subtract 4, take away 2. And that's going to be 27 and 2/3 is going to be my final answer, because we had to take this part away. This had lots of steps to it. All right, so we needed to do 27. The final answer is 27 and 2/3. Now we need to write a statement. The total length, the total of the yarn is 27 and 2/3 yards. Okay, don't forget your units, period. All right, that was number 4. That was lots of steps there. This step right here, I'm going to circle it in red right now. We need to remember that, okay? If you see that you can't subtract a smaller number from a bigger number, okay? We needed to make this first number be bigger by taking one away from the whole. Okay, so it was really like 3/3 plus 1/3. We made it into 4/3. All right, let's try one more. Number 6. Mr. Washington's motorcycle needs 5 5/10 gallons of gas to fill the tank. His van needs 5 times as much gas to fill. If Mr. Washington pays $3 per gallon for gas, how much will it cost him to fill both the motorcycle and the van? Okay, this is going to be multiple steps again. Let's start with the first part. Okay, I'm not going to do a tape diagram this time. I'm just going to do the math, the multiplication, and the distributive property. So this is his motorcycle. This is how much gas it takes, 5 5/10 gallons. His van takes 5 times as much. Okay, think about it. Motorcycle small, van is much bigger. 5 times as much to fill it. Let's figure that out first. Okay, we're going to do the distributive property. So let's get our parentheses going. Okay, I need to split up this mixed number. So 5 wholes is going to go there, and 5/10 is going to go here. There's going to be a multiplication sign in there. And then I need to distribute this 5, multiply it times each parentheses. 5 times 5 equals 25, plus we have 5 times 5 over 10. That equals 25 tenths. Okay, we're not done. We need to change this into a mixed number. Let's count by tens to get as close as we can to 25. 10, 20, so it's 2 times, and then I have 5 tenths as my leftover parts. All right, so that's going to equal 25 plus 2 is 27 and 5 tenths. Okay, that's how much. This is how much. I'm going to change my color. This is how much it takes to fill the van. This much. The V for van. This is the motorcycle. Okay? So we figured out those two. I mean, we're given this. We figured out the van. Now, we need to figure out how much it's going to cost to fill both of them. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to add these two together first. Okay, 27 and 5 tenths plus 5 and 5 tenths. Okay, 27 plus 5 is 32. And then we have 10 tenths. Oh, what does that equal? That's equal to 1 whole. So really, it's like 1. So it's like 32 plus 1. Okay, 33. 33 gallons. That's 33 gallons of gas total for both the van and the motorcycle. But what about this $3? It's $3 per gallon. So we need to multiply 33 times $3 to get how much total. All right, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 times is 9. We're looking at $99 to fill both his van and his motorcycle. So I'm going to do my statement in blue. Okay, it will cost him, I'm going to do it on the top. It will cost him $99, don't forget your dollar sign, $99 to fill both, you could say vehicles, or you could say the van and the car, or whatever you want, but it will cost him $99 to fill both vehicles. Okay, first we had to find out, we were given the motorcycle, we found out the van, we found out the total gallons, and then we need to multiply it times that $3 to get $99. All right, we did skip over number 3 and number 5, so since we went through all of these from the problem set, why don't you give number 3 and number 5 a try, if there's time, and ask questions if you have them, and good luck completing your exit ticket. Remember to be careful and show all of this work and your units at the end. Thank you.